Becoming an artist is one of those things that could be one of the most vulnerable aspects of your life, especially when you have ideas that don't necessarily go along with what people are typically looking for in realism or impressionism or abstract expressionism even. And so it's interesting how the way that we have to, as artists, that we have to express ourselves, because we get these ideas inside of our head and then we have to create them. We have to put them down on canvas. We have to just formulate them and bring them out into the real world, out into the physical realm. And so these three pieces that I have behind me are part of my story. This one I called The Faith of a Mustard Seed. And if you can see right here in her hands, let me see if I can get it to you. There's a little itty bitty seed right here. Right there, actually. Where a long time ago, I was given, back in 2018, I answered an artist call. And when I answered it, I was given a quote from the Bible, Luke 17:6. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, you could uproot a mulberry tree and you could plant it in the ocean and it will thrive. And at the time I was like, what in the world does that even mean? All I really heard was, if you have the faith of a mustard seed. And at the time, my faith was wavering. And so I was in this space where I was just wondering, like, what is possible? And by getting that quote, that if you have the faith of a mustard seed, it was like, if I have this little bit of faith every single day, how would that change my life? What would that do in my world? And so this particular piece, and there's a quote about it, and actually having that faith took me to Arusha, Tanzania, of all places, and I live in Florida. So it was one of those things that was just, it was a way of, it was like divine intervention, like divine guidance that took me there and totally changed my world. And so then this particular piece is called Pregnant with Ideas. And that was all about, after I went to Tanzania and spent some time there and got to know the people and everything, my mind just really started creating doodles and doodles and doodles. If you look at that particular piece, it looks like a patchwork quilt, and all of those pieces that are in there are doodles, are copies of doodles that I created just being inspired by different ideas. And those ideas were things that I was trying to process in my mind and incorporate inside my body, because I'm one of those people who I try to be as authentic and as congruent inside my body as I possibly can. And so each one of those ideas was me processing certain concepts and certain thoughts and certain ideas. And then what I did is when it came time for me to create this particular piece, I wanted her to be pregnant. I drew her all out, and then I was like, how do I put, what do I put inside of her form? And it came to me, let me just put all these ideas and these processes and doodles and drawings and everything. And then her hair had to be light bulbs. I mean, it just had to be light bulbs. It was one of those things that, like, it only made sense. And just filled with ideas, and then the purple and the gold with the fuchsia, with the phthalo violet over all the different ideas. And then, of course, the patchwork with the different gold stitches. So yeah, so that's that piece. And then this piece it's called Hell Yeah, I'm Doing It. Like, whoa, I'm doing it. And so this is about just making these huge changes in my life and going from one phase in my life to another phase in my life and being scared and doing it anyway, because that's how we grow and that's how we move forward, and just step into our best self, step into our biggest self, step into the highest vibrational part of who we can possibly be. And so that's the direction that I go. And so if you think about it, kind of coming back from the faith of a mustard seed to pregnant with ideas to hell yes, I'm doing it. It's this whole progression of, going the direction that I'm divinely guided to fulfill. Like, why are we here, right? And so the story is all in there, and then her hair is this like gold curls and just totally filled with curls, and she's got lots of words in her, like lots of positive, so like happy, radiant, glow, different things that you can kind of see in her, and all the way up to her head. So, and then that's also the story in her world. And so these pieces, the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because these pieces are part of the way that I like to express myself. And not everybody is going to understand every artist. And some art, resonates with a wide range of people, and some artwork doesn't resonate with a wide range of people. Some resonate, like people look at my work and they feel joy. They feel like they're compelled to pull forward. They're compelled to step into that next, like, part of the direction of their life and fulfill their highest dreams. But not all artwork does that. Some artwork is realism and it makes people feel something else. And so the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because this is part of what I like to offer people, what I like to offer artists as they are stepping into their next realm, into what all the possibilities could be for them. Because a lot of the people that I work with are artists who are, they're newly retired, or they are empty nesters, or they're just stepping into something else and they don't quite know how to do it, and they're vulnerable and they're scared, but yet they're passionate about their artwork, and that's how I help. So there we go.